So my name is Jeff Alpaugh. My company is called Jeff Alpaugh Custom, and we make custom clothes. I moved to New Brunswick in Atlantic, Canada in 2015. And in that time, I noticed that a lot of people's clothes were ill-fitting and maybe even a little bit boring. And I wanted people to have exciting, dramatic, dynamic clothes that fit well in Fredericton and in the entire Atlantic region. So I was born in Toronto and I was raised in a combination of Toronto and Vancouver. And then the military took me to Edmonton. So I always lived in these really big cities. Luckily, the Army posted me to Fredericton. And when they posted me, I didn't realize that you could live in a city that had everything you wanted in terms of sort of conveniences, amenities, hospital, university, but then it's also small enough that it's a community. And I kind of realized like that's what I wanted. So before the Army could post me again, it felt like time to plant the flag and try my hand in business in the real world. One thing I've learned about Atlantic Canada, it's almost part of its charm, is that whenever you have a wild and crazy idea and you tell people, you know, in Toronto, people are like, yeah, man, that's awesome. You should go for it, right? In New Brunswick, people are like, man, that would be cool, but it'll probably fail. And I would kind of take that like, yeah, okay, well, then I'll just have to be the first one. The idea of custom clothes, it was even crazier when I started because I was promoting the world's most dangerous dress shirts. So a dangerous dress shirt is a shirt that is striking, it's powerful, and it makes you a force of nature in any room that you enter. And the original dangerous dress shirt was shirts that have bold colors, huge patterns that I was wearing in this ex-army, authoritative, sort of masculine way, and there was this gender-bending quality to it, right? But the idea is that the shirt is visually striking, visually dynamic, and in a room it can't be ignored. Like, that person is a threat in the environment. They are dangerous. In 2016, my wife and I started the company, and we were just out of our condo the whole time and just trying to figure out the product and the process. So I take out an ad in the Coffee Time News, and I just want you to think about how foolish that is. Like this product is for Instagram. It's not for the black and white Coffee Time News, all text. But this is how foolish I am. I put out this ad, somebody writes my Facebook page, and they're like, hey Jeff, I would like to get some custom shirts from you. Where's your store located? And I was super nervous because they were the first sort of real customers to the business, right? And I didn't want them to be like, yo, it's this guy just puts up this thing, we go to his like crappy apartment. At the end of it, they're kind of whispering to each other, like, and so the guy's like, just want you to know, like, I'm sure the shirts are gonna be great. I'm sure the shirts are gonna be great. But we have never had more fun in our lives buying something than whatever this is right here. The experience, the service, all these intangibles you sort of baked into the cake, make sure you keep that as you grow your company. And I actually, I was really scared because previously I was in the military for 10 years and you do not have to network in the military, which is brilliant, right? But now I'm at this networking event, I'm like gripping the steering wheel and I'm looking at Em, my wife, maybe we just drive past it. You know when people start a gym routine and then they just drive past the gym the first time? I'm like, maybe we've gone really far just by getting to the parking lot. And my wife's like, no man, like you drove me out here, like we're going in and you're leading and you're figuring it out, right? Later that trip, I went to a restaurant and I was just sitting there with my wife and we were talking. And a fellow came up and was like, dude, that's an awesome shirt, man. Where'd you get it? I told him about our company. He's like, can I buy one right now? And I measured him up right there in the restaurant and he transferred me to my phone. And then other people wanted to buy shirts right there in the restaurant. And I was like, this is a spot. And you know how it is. Right in Fredericton, everybody is friends with everybody else on Facebook. Like that touches the whole city, right? Boom, done. And then we've been pretty busy ever since. In 2017, it's like, okay, we got a lot of that stuff figured out. Now we got to get some brand awareness, right? So we did the Dragon's Den thing, right? And that went at the end, and that really blew us up because we had a great result. And that momentum carried us for quite a bit. In 2018, we definitely hit that limit of where we could go. And that was more of, I'll say, like an internal introspection year. So I realized that I was a solopreneur and not an entrepreneur. And so I read a lot of books and stuff and learned how to get things done through other people at a higher level. But then I was like, okay, we have something cooking here. So then that year I plotted how to open a store in Ontario. Well, I'll tell you right now, okay, in the March to August timeframe, it's people getting married. If your status is engaged, you are getting my Facebook ads. Like we are at every wedding show and we're talking about weddings. You're on our Instagram, it'll be like, cool photo, people getting married, cool photo. Like that's who it is in the summer. And then in the fall, it is everything to our civil servants who are dressing very classic, but they prefer their classic stuff to fit. Especially if they're wearing dress pants and a dress shirt, they just want it to fit. When you just had to wear a suit, well, maybe you could go somewhere. Now you have to have style. Now it's like, well, you're wearing a jacket, a shirt, and pants, but you're not wearing a suit because you don't want to look too corporate. Well, the only way to pull that off well is to have a guy like me in your back pocket, right? Tell us about your vision for your wedding. And it's not just like, what's the venue, what's the colors? Of course, that's critical, but it's like, how do you want to feel? How do you want your guests to feel? How do you want the pictures to look? Right? Because we're more obsessed with the pictures than the couple is. We can create garments that they didn't even conceive were possible, but it totally adds to the essence of the day. And when we do that, game over. They're raving about us, they're telling everybody, and the word of mouth just spreads like wildfire. Fredericton is a place where you can start a company out of your tiny condo with your wife and spend some nights sleeping in a sleeping bag out in the woods. This is a place where people cheer for their hometown heroes and want you to become one. No, I am really proud of everything we've achieved. I'm proud that people are coming all the way from Halifax, sometimes further. I'm proud of the fact that our Waterloo store is killing. I'm proud of the fact that we have a big online presence. But what people need to understand is that we are going global. And for anyone who feels like maybe in the western part of Canada, Fredericton is not on the map, we are gonna put Fredericton on the map. And people are gonna think, if you can believe it, they're gonna think that Fredericton is a fashion town.